What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make a little different video, man. Of course, obviously, tough season. Did not go the way anybody planned or expected it to. Very disappointing way to end it. 2 piss poor games in a row, back to back, against Missouri and then against Vandy, which is absolutely just inexplainable for me how we go out there and put out that performance against those guys. But it is what it is. Terrible way to end the season, especially after we showed so much promise and progress throughout the season. To have those last couple weeks the way we did not look very good. But kind of some breaking news. You guys may have heard this already. Tyson Helton decided to take the head coaching job at WKU. He's going to be a West Kentucky Hilltopper. Going to try to lead that charge over there. So, we're down an offensive coordinator. Whether you loved Helton or hated him, or were indifferent about it, or were kind of to be determined about him, he's gone now. And so we have a vacant spot there on the coaching staff, and he's a guy that was really, a very big hire for Pruitt in year one, as a kind of somewhat of a splash hire, if you ask me. And losing him, I think, it's huge, because while our offense didn't look great this past season, I saw progress. Kind of, take out the last couple of weeks, we didn't look very good. But, overall, I did see progress through the season. And then, like I've said before, going from a spread offense to a pro-style offense, it's not an easy undertaking, especially when all your personnel is spread personnel. And for you to be able to kind of make that adjustment, it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. And I think that we were starting to see progress. I think definitely once we got the guys in there to run that system, a big beefy O-line and all that deal, it was going to be a thing of beauty to watch. But that's not going to happen now. It's not going to happen now. And kind of for me, probably even bigger than all that is the recruits that we're going to lose. I think, you got to look at a guy like Wanye Morris, #1 recruit that we have committed right now, big-time 5-star offensive tackle. He's probably going to be out of here. We were in the running for Darnell Wright, who I think is like #2 offensive tackle in the nation. I think we were probably favored to get a commitment from him. He's probably off the table. We were supposed to get a big-time running back. I think Emory Jones is the guy. I think #1 all-purpose back in the nation. He's probably off the table. It's several guys that we were looking at that are probably off the table. You think about the guys we already have committed. Big-time 4-star receiver, Ramel Keaton, I think's his name, out of Marietta, Georgia. He's probably off the table. You just don't know who's going to stick around after that, especially after how poorly we looked, and the fact that we don't have an offensive coordinator right now. And I think that is very, very pivotal for us as a program, because this is huge. We can't take this lightly here. The fact that we don't have an offensive coordinator, we have to make a great hire. And this is one of those situations when I really think you have to make a splash hire. You have to. It's right here close to the early signing period. We've got to get some recruits in here. We see we don't have the talent that we need to be successful and to compete the way we want to. We've got to make a splash hire. Who was that? I don't know. You love to get a guy like Hugh Freeze, just from a recruiting perspective. And he's a pretty good offensive mind. The only thing you don't like about him is he's more of a spread style guy, not led to be a pro style team, and really be able to line up under center and 2 tight end sets and that whole deal, and run an action, pass the action, do that whole deal. But heck, if we got to go spread style, we got to do what we got to do. If you look at the top 20 offenses in the nation this season, you're going to be hard pressed to find anybody that's not running a spread type offense. And maybe something like what Bama does would be nice, man. It's out of the gun, which irks you, but they have good balance out of it, and can run it and can throw it and can do a whole lot of different things out of it. And, it's very West Coast style, I'd say, kind of out of that gun. So I don't know what we do. Like I said, there's really nobody that really you say, well, that's a splash hire for you. You know what I mean? Really, nobody really comes to mind for me. It gets me excited and, has me saying, this is a pro-style guy. His offenses are great. That whole deal. It's tough. That pro-style is kind of a thing of the past almost. It's tough to find guys that run that anymore. So I don't know what we do. I don't know who we get. Maybe you guys have a better idea than I do, because I really don't know. I've been kind of thinking about it for, past hour or so. And, really no one comes to mind besides Hugh Freeze. You know what I mean? So, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it, man. Who in the world do we hire? Who do we bring on board? Who would be a splashy enough hire to, help us kind of retain some of the commitments that we have, and also give us a chance to be successful next season and not have to have too much of another learning curve like we saw we had this past season. Yeah, man, please, man, comment below, man. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. How do you guys feel about our offense? Do you think this is kind of a good thing that Helton's gone? Or do you think that we're kind of heading in the right direction and losing him is really a blow to the gut for this team? But yeah, man, as always, thanks for tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And stay tuned for more, because this off season is going to get crazy. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. So stay tuned.